Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and what is a dialogue for peace? Well, let's find out. Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and if you haven't already, spice up your scouting and subscribe to our channel. It's got tons of activities, games, and inspiration that might change your scouting and do something different this year. But the world currently is chaotic with everything that's going on in the news, and so I wanted to do something about peace and World Scouting do something called Dialogue for Peace. And I wanted to look at that as a whole and what it's all about and how you as leaders and you as scouts can get involved and have that open discussion and have that dialogue. And that's the key word here, dialogue. So if you are wanting to support anything that's happening obviously in Ukraine, then I've got links to the Ukraine Scouts. There's a donation that World Scouting is doing. I've also put links below to donate to the Red Cross as well. But this month I needed an amazing co-host to walk me through what Dialogue for Peace is and how we can hopefully make the world a better place as Scouts. So who is my co-host going to be this month? Let's find out.
Hi folks, my name is Graham Coulson and primarily I'm a Cub Scout leader. In terms of UK Scouting, then I'm a member of the National Inclusion Team and some other little things in the European region around Dialogue for Peace. And this is my 60-second Scouter.
3, 2, 1!
What got you started in Scouting?
I'll be perfectly open with everybody. My parents decided they would go their separate ways when I was 15, 16. My sisters were zoomed off to another country and I kind of got stuck in a rut. I never went out or anything. And somebody says, why don't you come along and try and help us at Scouts? So that's what I did. And I never looked back.
What is your favourite hobby?
My favourite hobby might be, well, it's cooking.
What is one word to describe you?
Bonkers.
What is the best achievement in life?
I hope for me personally that it's that I've got a good ear and that I'm non-judgmental.
How do you look after your mental health?
I have a go-to person, a person who will listen, again is non-judgmental.
How can a Scout promote peace?
Two key things for me is one is to have an understanding. And the second part is, if you don't have that understanding, find out and don't be afraid of what you don't know.
So thanks again for answering all those questions. How are you today?
I'm really well, Mike. Really well, and I'm looking forward to this next bit to see how you're going to get on with that.
Obviously, it's been 75 or 74 before you, so I'm our 75th co-host. I've learned that many different skills. You're going to teach me a brand new one, and I'm in my kitchen, so it must be related to food. So what are you going to teach me and everyone else how to do?
So today, hopefully I'd like to share with you how to make white chocolate fudge. Several things before we start. In any cooking activity, you need to make sure that you've got all the right utensils gathered first. You've got the ingredients, and most importantly, that you haven't picked your nose, and and if you have, you've you've washed your hands. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so one of the key bits of equipment that you need is a pair of oven gloves or a couple of tea towels. Yeah. Oh, you star! Well done.
Thank you.
So this fudge recipe takes all of about 10 minutes, if that, because we do it in the microwave. So it's not a long, cool. It's not a long boiling process and everything.
Oh, right, okay.
It's very easy. You put most of the ingredients into a bowl, and then we'll go through that. So you should have with you some butter.
And
cool.
Unsalted.
And then brown sugar, soft brown sugar.
Light brown soft.
Perfect. I'm glad you pointed that out, because it doesn't work very well with dark brown sugar or muscovado, because it's it's something to do with the sugar content or whatever. And a regular can of condensed milk. Ta-da! Oh, Upmarket. I've tried it both with that brand and the supermarkets local
brand,
and it usually works as well. What kind of bowl have you got, Mike? Cool, that's fine. Yeah. And then the last ingredient would be white chocolate.
Well, I got them in the chip variety. Yeah.
Well, you can do either. Before anybody says it, the mean Scotsman would go for the cheap white chocolate. Actually, on this, you can't do that. You need to use, folks, white chips like Mike's got, or I use Milky Bar. I only buy them when they're on offer.
It's 150, isn't it?
150 grams of butter.
Okay.
And then if you just dice that.
Oh, right, okay.
Because then it melts
a little bit easier. Yeah. Right, okay. Yeah. Well, I got, it has like the little 25 grams. Oh, yeah. So that's 50, that's 100, that's 150 there. So if I just cut there then. So you said cube it up, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that goes into the bowl?
That just wallop that into the bowl and then add 500 grams of the sugar.
So what is it, 500?
Yeah.
This bag's 500 exactly. Not just a pretty face.
No, yeah. Well done, you. Just put that straight in on top of the butter.
Straight in, okay.
Yeah.
That's my butter.
All right, very good. Soft brown sugar does that. It's not like your normal granulated or whatever. So the next step is very easy as well. You just need to put in the condensed milk, the whole of the condensed milk.
Because it doesn't have a
pull lid. You have to use one of those old contraptions called a can opener.
Indeed, and I haven't used one of these in ages, which thankfully off camera you can't see. But I'm nearly there. So all of that goes in there,
into that, yeah. Just
okay. Yeah. This looks like custard, really does.
So just leave the tin handy. Take the wooden spoon and give that a quick stir.
Quick stir.
Yeah.
Right.
Quick stir. Yeah. Scrape anything that's stuck on the spoon.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. And then, not to mess your counter, you can put the spoon in the tin. So you don't get sticky stuff all over the place.
Didn't think that's where this was going to go. I was like, why are you using the tin again? Now I understand.
So now full power. For 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes full power. It's cool. So we're going to do that 4 times. 4 times, and between each 2 minutes. After each 2 minutes, you take it out and give it a good stir and beat, and then put it back in again, because that will get really hot, because the sugar and the butter will melt and become very hot and start to boil.
So is that why I've got
those? Yeah, to lift the bowl out. It should be all right the first one, but as it goes on. And now 2 minutes is going to seem like 2 hours, isn't it? So whatever you're watching.
This is number 1 then, yeah?
Yeah.
So you just want me to stir this in?
I want to give that a stir, yeah.
Okay, so that's a good stir, I think.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So scrape off the spoon.
Yeah.
Put that in the
back
tin.
in the tin, yeah.
God, Feels good.
I know. It keeps the place tidy.
And then put that in for another 2 minutes, you said?
2 minutes, please, yeah.
Does it matter about the wattage of the microwave at all, or?
What we'll do is on the last one, you'll know when the last one comes out.
Right. Okay.
Because it should be bubbling.
Yeah, I'm all right. It's warm. I think the next one I'm definitely going to need.
Yeah. Okay.
Some
quick stir. Hopefully, things are melting together. Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good.
There. So that's that. You can clearly see that was the first. That was the second. That's not the first. So that's the third time. So this is actually something that I was thinking, with there's a lot of young people around the world that are trying to generate money for the Jamboree. So I was thinking this is definitely one great way of doing something quick and easy that they could then also sell on.
You're absolutely right, Mike. That's a quick and easy thing to do. And people will pay at a higher price than they might pay for your standard crispy bar chocolate thing or whatever. Yeah,
that's true. So it wasn't bubbling. Well, it was kind of bubbling, but it stopped. So I'm guessing that's
a good sign.
Really nice. So this is the third time I've done it. So another stir.
So this time, Mike, give it a vigorous stir.
Right. Okay. Vigorously stirring. Ooh, it is very warm. So I'm
just be careful. Yeah,
I will be. Don't worry. I'm just so that people know how vigorous I'm stirring it. And then it goes back in again. Yeah.
Back in again for the last time. Yeah. So now would be a good time to open the chocolate chips, so they're ready just to go straight in. Yeah.
Straight in. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It comes out and it's not bubbling sort of constantly. Then add an extra.
I would add an extra minute to
if you can.
Yeah.
That's bubbling away.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay,
perfect.
So what do we do now then?
Just a quick stir.
A quick stir. Okay.
Just a very quick couple of rounds, and then bung in the white chocolate chips.
Bung in the white chocolate chips, and then am I stirring in the white chocolate chips?
Yes. Stir it in so that they move around and melt.
Oh, right. Is that what I'm after? Right. Okay. So, chocolate chip one. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This looks lovely.
Yeah, and be sure to work it round from the edge of the bowl as well.
Yes.
Mike. And once you think all the chips are melted, it's just straight into the container.
So, how big a container? So, is that a good, decent size
That's all right. I'm trying to think that I'm working old money, so
there we are. So that is now all mixed in together. So do I now need to put this into the
container? Yeah. And that's it. Perfect. It comes out more or less in a oneer. Yeah. Good. Excellent.
Thank you. I had a good teacher on the other end.
So now once you've got that in there, Mike, just give it a little shuggle.
A shuggle?
Yeah, backwards and forwards. Yeah. And then that's it. That's you done.
It?
Well, that's it.
Really?
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. And then, so do you then put this in the fridge, or do you leave it out like that? Or?
Well, depending on the time of year, I would leave it till it cools a bit, and then I would put it in the fridge.
Right. So how long would you? So how long? So obviously that cooling now. So because obviously it's been hot and heated up and everything else. So how long in the fridge once that's sort of cooled?
I would leave it for a good 2 hours.
2 hours
before you cut a bit out, yeah.
So, so at the point where we put in the white chocolate chips, is that where you would put in your various?
Any flavour in. And what I normally do is, so if I'm putting Baileys in for that amount, I would just measure 3 capfuls.
Okay.
And then you have to beat really well because you think, oh, this is not going to go in, but you kind of need to put it in quickly after you've got the white chocolate in, so that it absorbs it in.
So it goes white chocolate, mix that in till it melts, then put in your flavouring. Now, so obviously you've mentioned Bailey's for like adults. What other is there any other like sort of flavours that you've tried that has worked really well? Which ones?
For kids, vanilla.
Okay, like vanilla extract type.
Vanilla extract, and I would put 3 teaspoons of that in for kids.
So that's brilliant. Thank you very much for that. That's nice.
No worries at all.
So you guys have done amazing activities in the month of February. You've done indoors and outdoor activities. You've gone on adventures far and wide. So these are the photos that you guys sent in to us last month. Here we are.
Okay, folks, so you've seen some amazing activities taking place and everything. Now it's your turn to share with Mike some of the great things that you've been doing. And the way to do that is, I'm not very good at technology, but just let me think. So either on Facebook, on Instagram or Twitter. And Mike would be really pleased to see what you've been up to. And I'm sure he would agree with me. He would thank you for sharing that and allowing people to see what you've been up to.
This month, obviously, there has been a lot of news about certain things. So peace and discussions about it and dialogue about it is something that is in people's heads. So what is the dialogue of peace in Scouting?
The project all started about trying to have a better understanding of cultures from around the world. And one of the easiest ways, some people think, is through having a dialogue. Easiest, I would not be sure would be the right word, because I think you need to understand what dialogue is and how you can create a dialogue. So within this program, we have 10 principles of dialogue for peace. And that's looking at the first and most important thing is that you establish a safe space so that all those taking part in the dialogue feel valued, feel comfortable about making a contribution. You've got to agree what the purpose of the dialogue is all about. You need to use appropriate communication skills. That's about listening and I always say hearing. And then obviously we need to have some ground rules, simple things like people not interrupting all the time. And that's where the use of a facilitator comes in, because there may be people who might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the dialogue. The individuals need to be given an opportunity to have their say. In anything, in terms of peace, you need to look about what the perception of peace means in a different situation. And therefore, when you come to have a dialogue about it, you need to take some risks in about challenging individuals about their perception of what peace might mean to them.
What does peace mean to you?
Peace to me is about a dialogue. It's about respect of yourself. It's about respect of other people. And in all of that, the peace is about living together and being tolerant of people who will be different to yourself. And hey, accepted, that's okay. Because it would be terrible if everybody was exactly the same. Be as well being robots. I mean, the peace stuff and being tolerant of people makes for a better world. I'm not saying it's easy, but I don't think it ever will be. Even when I'm long gone, I think there'll still be conflict. But for me, that's what peace is all about. As Scouts, we need to embrace everything that's diverse and perhaps new to a lot of people. But sometimes personal view would be maybe we go about it the wrong way, and maybe we should be saying, instead of saying, hey Mike, Scouts is good for you, and you might think, well, My view would be, my view would be, yeah, Mike. What do you get up to in your community? What are the sorts of things you do with your young people and your adults and all that? Ah, funny. We do something similar in Scouts. Would there be any opportunity? It's a totally different way of handling it, rather than going in gung ho saying Scouts is good for you.
I think that's something that, you know, the Dialogue for Peace obviously discusses as well, that you can't judge someone from what you think you know. You have to at least learn a bit about them.
Young people nowadays are much more streetwise. And that's because of modern communication, etc. They have a broader knowledge of what's what. But I still think there's some work around about perceptions and identities of certain groups of people. So with young people, you can work activities around about, well, this group of individuals, what sort of identity do you think they have, and how could we engage with them, and etc. etc.
People need to think about is it's not there to have arguments as in I'm right and I'm right and like that. It's kind of, like you said, listening and also hearing of what people have got to say.
And I think in the dialogue, whoever's taking part in it, it's about building a relationship, and that comes first and foremost, because from that relationship, you will hopefully be able to resolve what the topic is and come to a good outcome. One of the interesting parts of it, I think, is difficult questions, right? The hard questions. Some people might raise things that you think, ooh, ouch. You probably have to challenge that in a positive way. Allow an individual to explore and explain, and then others will be able to contribute that and perhaps change. And equally, you shouldn't just quit them because they become too hard, because that can do more damage than good. And one of the key things about any dialogue is you know, and perhaps an expectation upon yourself that you might be changed. After you participate in a dialogue, you might well have a different view, and that's okay to be changed over that period of time.
How did you get involved with the Dialogue for Peace?
I saw this advert on one of the European Scout region circulars saying Dialogue for Peace training. I looked at it and I thought, I would very much like to do that. And then I read all the profile. We are looking for participants between the ages of 18 and 35. And I thought, oh, well, that's me bombed out the window there then. However, long story short, lovely staff support member called Jenny, who supported inclusion in the offices. Leave that with me. And Jenny got in touch with the European region, and both myself and a lovely lady called Ruth Potts. The two of us headed off to do that training, and that's how I got involved with that.
So if someone wants to do the Dialogue of Peace, where can they get more information from?
If you go on the European website, you'll get information about the European Dialogue for Peace team.
Fantastic. I'll put links down below as well. So there we go. So it's part of the show where I verse my co-host in Host v Hosts. Last time I thought I had won, and clearly I hadn't. When I was editing, I realised that actually I hadn't won. So
all right.
So hopefully this doesn't happen again, and hopefully I win properly this time.
Not that there's any pressure there.
Oh no, not at all.
No, it depends what the game is, of course.
So what we're going to play is Scout Tennis. So the idea is very simple. All right. There are categories in this orange envelope, so there's quite a few of them in there, if you can see. I can't remember what's on there, so it's a mystery in myself. So I will go first for the first round.
Right.
So we go backwards and forwards, saying whatever. So if the topic was pie, for example, I could start with apple pie, then it would jump to you.
All right, okay.
And we go backwards and forwards until someone either repeated something that was already said.
All right, okay, got it. Yeah.
Or alternatively, if the other person takes longer than 5 seconds, but the other person has to count. So if I'm struggling, if you're not counting 5 seconds, I will struggle as long as I need to, okay?
Right,
You've got to
okay.
time me out, or vice versa. If you're
Right,
struggling, I
okay.
will quite happily, my 5 seconds might not be 5 seconds. They might be very much five, four, three, two, one, go.
Okay.
This is the first topic here. I'm starting first, okay? So the first topic is, ooh, I don't know if you can see that with the scribble, things found in nature. So I'm going to go with trees,
Animals,
lakes,
streams,
grass,
mountains,
footpaths,
fields.
Flowers.
Birds.
Ooh, okay. Insects.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you.
Weather.
Very true. I had one and I totally forgot there because I was laughing at your weather. What did I say? Insects. Dog poo, or
Oh, yeah. Yes. Farm machinery.
tracks.
Oh, yeah, bandit. Tracks. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you.
Thank you.
That was a pretty good round.
That was. You didn't do bad.
Yeah.
Say, which numbered one would you like?
Well, no matter. I'll leave it up to your good self.
Okay, I'll go with the middle one then. Okay.
Okay. Right.
So because it's your one, you're starting first. Okay. And it is things packed for a hike.
Things packed for a hike. Socks.
Oh, good point. You'd have a water bottle.
You'd have a compass.
You'd have a map then.
You would have a change of clothing.
Sure. You would have waterproof tops and bottoms.
Oh, yeah, cool. If it's overnight, then perhaps you might have a tent.
You would have some, a little snack, like a protein bar type thing.
Correct. You said water bottle, but equally you would need to have water.
Oh, I was keeping that in my head for another one. You would have some sandwiches, so not a protein bar, but you'd have like a lunch or something.
A first aid kit.
Oh, good thing. There must be something. Wellies?
Wellies on a hike.
Well, I don't know. You're not giving me that.
No, I'm not giving you wellies.
Wow. Okay. I think then I went over the 5, even though may I point out you did not count. So I appreciate
I know,
that.
yeah.
So Okay. All right then. So it's down to this one then. Okay. You beat me. I'm not going to be happy.
It's about taking part, Mike.
No, it's my show. I need to win.
Of course it is your show.
Right, here we go then. So the last one is, this will be interesting to see how well you are, but you're a club leader, so you should know some campfire songs. Okay, I'm starting first.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to go with, the Grand Old Duke of York.
Okay, how about She'll Be Coming Round the Mountains?
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
Okay, yeah. And Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose.
I squashed a little baby bumblebee. What my mummy
Right,
proud of me.
I'm not sure that's PC, but never mind about squashing bumblebees. The Music Man.
Okay, all right. On top of spaghetti.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's a brilliant cup song. There's a chant called Ukulele.
Okay, don't know that one. I'll let you have it, even though I don't know it. So that's fine. I'm gonna go with he fell from 40,000 feet without a parachute.
Flying Fortress or something. Yeah. Father Abraham.
Okay. I should know many campfire songs. I've got about 50 on my channel. Campfire's burning. Campfire's burning.
Yeah. Okay. Kumbaya.
row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Yes. Rattling Bog.
Oh. This little guiding light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
This one, no, Unicorn. Do you know that one? Oh, you won. I'm out of 5. Do you know the Unicorn song?
No.
Yeah. There's about. It's like Noah. With animals and going into.
I think as a scout I heard it, and it's...
and there's green alligators and humpback camels and whatever. It's a great.
Alice the Camel
song.
was a good.
That's
Alice
another
the
one.
Camel. That was another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they covered quite a few.
We did, but I should have known more. So I'm quite shocked at myself there. But there we are. Hey, I have genuinely won this time. So that means that I am one up now on my co-hosts, only by 1. So I'm just it's harder for me. I need to totally win this. But there we are. So
cool.
Can I win next month? We'll have to find out. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Okay, folks, that's the end of our show today. Just a massive thank you for allowing me to be part of this experience, Mike. It's been brilliant, and hats off to a very interesting and clever man here putting all this together. I'm sure that when you go through it, you'll love all of the other things that he's done as well.
So don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe, and by participating you can actually get one of these cool little badges here. And a big thanks to our patrons who support our channel. They are Heather, Irvin, Joseph, Lara, Mark, Marcus, Mark, Martin, Percy, Rob, Roger and Steve. You can be one too. Check out the links below.
So just remember to be a little Scoutadelic.
And that's it.
Oh, brilliant.